So it's been 2 years, 9,500 miles of riding, and these LEATT Flexlock boots have treated me very well, I gotta say. Back when I first bought them, I made a comparison video comparing these to the CD Crossfires. One of the main comparison points was the CD had a removable sole that was easy to replace, but the LEATT had a glue-on sole that needed to be professionally done. That was definitely one of the key features that I liked about the CDs, but I still think the LEATT was a better pick. I mean, 2 years later and these LEATTs are still comfortable and they still look almost brand new. The inside shows really no wear at all. Even the interior, as you can see, is pretty new other than the dust and a little bit of dirt. So yeah, the only problem is this huge amount of wear in the middle of the sole. And I assume it's because it's a softer rubber material for grip, but it's pretty bad on the left foot. The right foot's not even that bad and I wouldn't even consider it a problem, right now at least. Now the LEATT soles are replaceable, and they sell the soles on their website, but apparently you need a third-party company to do the work to glue the soles back on because of this heat press that they use. And their price isn't bad, it's fair. It's $235, they give you the new soles, but I figured, hey, why don't I just buy the soles, do it myself, make a video about it, and now anybody can use this video to learn how to do it themselves. So here you go. I found it pretty easy to work on the boot by sticking a 2x4 in my bench vise, then slip the boot over top of the 2x4. So get a heat gun out and start heating up the edges of the sole and run the pointy tip of a paint scraper along the edge to separate it at the seam. Now after getting the edge separated, I found a large screwdriver for a little bit of leverage to really pry under there and get that glue separated. And a pair of vice grips are really helpful at this point. Lock it on the edge and start peeling it back as you're heating up the glue underneath. The bottom of the boot is actually pretty soft, so you gotta be careful that you don't pry up this little piece here that's under the ball of the foot. You can actually see here where I've worn completely through the sole, and the foot peg must have been digging into the soft portion of the boot, which definitely was the reason why I felt like I needed to replace the sole. Alright, now you want to take a wire brush on an angle grinder and scuff up the bottom of the boot to get all of the adhesive off. We also want to scuff up the inside of the new sole for better adhesion. This is not the safest method, but it gets the job done. Now when test fitting the new sole, I saw that the main challenge is going to be putting a lot of pressure towards the toe of the boot. And the pros have a heat press to really press that sole onto the boot. So I figured I'd improvise. First I took my contour gauge and measured the contour of the bottom of the sole. Then I traced that shape onto a 2x4 and cut it out with the jigsaw. Now the idea is to be able to equally press down while the adhesive sets. LEATT doesn't list the kind of adhesive that they recommend. I ended up grabbing 2 tubes of black shoe goo. So I left the boot and the sole out in the sun for a few hours to warm up. Now with the heat gun, I kept the bottoms nice and warm while applying the shoe goo with a paintbrush. Then brushed some more shoe goo on the inside of the sole. Make sure to get all the edges in the inside. I ended up using 1 whole tube for the bottom of the sole. Now make sure you're using that heat gun to keep both sides of adhesion nice and warm before pressing the sole downward. Alright, now we're going to wrap it really tight with electrical tape all around the toe, then the heel, keeping it as tight and firm as we can. Then I followed that up with a layer of duct tape all around the bottom and around the perimeter of the edges of the sole. So I was able to mount a 2x4 vertically so I could slip that boot on using the 2x4 that I cut to apply pressure all along the bottom of the sole while applying vertical pressure with a motorcycle jack. So I left this boot and the pressure applied for 72 hours as shoe goo recommends. Alright, we're all done curing and let's cut this tape off and see what we got. And I think it turned out pretty good. There's some gaps along the edges I'm probably going to have to touch up. The test fit felt good, didn't feel like the sole was crooked or misaligned in any way. In comparison with the other boot, it looks like the toe edge didn't go up high enough, which I'm assuming is because I couldn't put enough pressure at the tip of the toe. Because the alignment at the heel looks about the same as the other boot. I should have worried more about applying pressure to the sides of the boot instead of just the bottom. So now I'll have to fill these gaps in with some shoe goo. But the shoe goo container didn't really have a nozzle tip, so I ended up cutting the cap and drilling a hole down the center to act as a nozzle. Then I used a screwdriver to pry the edges out so I can get that glue down into the gap. I added some clamps to the side and left it overnight to cure. Overall, I'm happy how it turned out. Aesthetically, it's not the best in the world, but I didn't expect that for my first time doing this. I'll probably do this whole process again when I resole the right one. I feel like I got a little bit more life left in that one, and I don't care if they don't match. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this video. This turned into a hell of a project, but I'm happy with the results. Leave a comment below and tell me I'm crazy for trying to do this myself instead of paying a professional to do it. And let me know if you're going to try it yourself and if this video helped you at all. Thanks for watching.